Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. So in today's video I'm going to go ahead and show you how I created this nude polygel set. It's a very elegant set that I really loved, and I think it's so far my favorite set that I've done. And so basically here all I'm doing is choosing my nail tip sizes, and as you guys can see here, I've already prepped my nails. This is how they look. I will be doing a step-by-step prep video and it should be coming very soon. I'm going to be using this base Savillante from the powder kit. I actually like this because it's actually very easy to soak off than glue, so that is why I prefer to use this instead. And here you guys can see that I just kind of struggle gluing the tips on just because these nail tips are kind of thick. So I did end up figuring out that I just have to hold it a little longer and not move it in order for it to stick to my natural nail. Okay, and so here I'm basically just going to go ahead and continue gluing on the tips. So yeah, this is how the nails look once they've all been glued on. This is how long they are. So next I'm going to go ahead and grab my e-file and I'm going to turn it down to 5000 RPMs. And I'm going to be using a medium grit sanding band to remove the shine from the nail tip. And I'm also going to be using the sanding band to try to blend the nail tip to my natural nail. Although it did not work at all, so instead I just went ahead and grabbed my hand file. And that became way easier for me. Next, I'm going to go ahead and be grabbing my straight edge nail clipper to clip the sides down just because the shape is too wide. And I wanted them to be a little bit more narrow, more like a tapered square look is what I wanted. And here's how the nail tip looks. It looks pretty good, and this is how they all look now. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my nail prep dehydrator. This is by Model Ones, and I'm going to go ahead and apply 2 coats to all of the nails. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and be grabbing my Young Nails protein bond, and as well I'm going to go ahead and be adding 2 coats of this. Now using my XXC base coat, I'm going to go ahead and apply a very generous amount onto my natural nail. Once we have that down, we're going to go ahead and be curing this for 30 seconds. So this is how the nail tips should look. This is how your nail should look once you've added your base coat. I'm going to be using 70% 𝚤𝚤, this Gershon polygel brush, and this 004 polygel color from the Gershon. I believe it's their nude polygel set. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a generous amount, and I'm going to go ahead and do an even layer throughout the whole nail and the nail tip. I'm making sure to cover the natural nail and the nail tip. So once you fully coated the whole nail, you're going to go ahead and cure in your lamp for 30 seconds. Next, I'm going to grab a smaller bead. I'm going to go ahead and place that right where the natural nail and the nail tip met. And this is where I basically go ahead and build my apex. A lot of you guys asked me to do thinner nails. You guys didn't like how thick my nails were, but I personally love them to be thick. But instead I decided, you know, why not try to do them a little bit thinner? So instead I did try that and actually love the outcome, so thank you to you guys all who left me suggestions. And yeah, this is how it looks so far. and I actually loved how this set turned out. I think it's probably one of my favorite sets. And so basically I'm going to do 3 nails I believe are going to be this color. So I'm going to go ahead and just speed this up more just so I can show you where I actually did some designs. This nail in particular is actually going to go ahead and be having some glitter. It's going to be like kind of like a swirl. And yeah, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit faster because I kind of already explained my process of how I build the apex and how I build my nails. But if you guys want to see a step-by-step video on how I build it, I'll leave a link down below to some of the videos that I actually did. Okay, so next I'm gonna do some kind, I'm not sure if this is called color blocking or not, but something like that. So I'm basically gonna go ahead and grab some of this nude color, and I'm gonna do a diagonal type of cut. Half of it's gonna be nude, and the other half is gonna be a soft pink from Model 1s. And so I'm basically using the edge of my polygel brush, the metal part, to try to straighten this part out. So once I like the outcome, I went ahead and cured that, and now I'm going to be using the soft pink by Model 1s. I'm going to add a very generous amount on there, and then using my brush, I'm going to just go ahead and just cover up the whole nail anywhere where I have any missing spots pretty much. I did not actually perfect the line, I did not go in and file, I just left it how it was. And that is how I liked how it turned out. It actually turned pretty good, so I'm very happy with that. Next we're going to start on the middle finger, which I told you guys is going to be kind of like a glitter design. I'm using this Full Beauty gel. It's actually very easy to work with, so I do love that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and be with the gel making like a little swirl, just because that is where I only want the glitter to stick. Using this fan brush, I'm using that to stick the glitter on there, and then I'm using my polygel brush to clean any sides where the glitter got that I do not want. And yeah, that's how basically I'm doing. Once I've finished adding the glitter on there, I'm going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds. So I now went ahead and cured that, and now grabbing this polygel color by 𝚤𝚤𝚘. This is my favorite clear polygel so far, and I love the texture of it and the formula. So I'm just going to go ahead and encapsulate this whole design just so when I file, you know, I don't get into the glitter or anything like that. And once I fully encapsulate it, I'm going to go ahead and encapsulate the other design just because it was way too thin, so I wanted to make it a little thicker, you know, than that. And so once we added a clear polygel to both of the nails, I'm going to go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. So this is how all the nails look. They look pretty good to me. To remove that tacky layer from the polygel, I'm gonna grab this alcohol and I'm gonna spray some onto the nails. Using lint-free wipe, I'm gonna wipe away any of that tacky layer so it doesn't gunk up our files. Now I'm gonna grab my hand file. These files can be found on AliExpress. They're metal files, they're reusable, and you just peel the little, you know, the black part of it. And I like these because they're not flimsy, so it makes me be able to create that crisp shape that I like. And so I'm basically just filing the straight edge, the front of it, to just straighten out the sides. Next, I'm gonna grab my buffer and I'm gonna buff away any imperfections. I'm gonna also use the buffer to pretty much even out the whole nails, if that makes sense, so I don't have any lumps. Okay, so once the whole nails have been filed, this is how they look. Now I'm gonna go ahead and seal the cuticle area by grabbing, I don't not know what bit I actually used. I don't think I even showed it, but you can try to find, I might leave a link down below, or I'll leave a picture up here. And I'm basically going around the cuticle area around there just to remove any polygel, so it doesn't, in case it flooded our cuticles. That is what I do, and this is how they all look once they've been buffed and all that good stuff. Next, I'm going to be using this Nail Supply Glamour Foil Gel, and I'm going to go ahead and add a very generous amount onto my index. Here you guys can see how it looks. Once we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and cure this for 2 minutes in my UV/LED lamp. The foil gel depends, the curing time depends on the foil gel you have. So once we've done that, I'm going to be using this Louis Vuitton white foil. I found it on AliExpress. Unfortunately, the link has been removed. I cannot even find it anymore, but I will try to find it if I can. And using the lint-free wipe, I'm using that to rub nail foil onto my nail, and I'm lifting up slowly. If I have any parts, I'm going back and adding that. I went ahead and top coated it and I cured it for 30 seconds. Next, I'm grabbing this foil and I'm using my tweezers to just try to rip it up into smaller sections, into very, very tiny amounts. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and be using this UV, I think, gel, UV glue. This is from AliExpress and I 100% recommend it. And I'm only going to go ahead and add this where I want the foil on. And I'm going to be using my tweezers again to just place the foil on there. And then we're going to go ahead and cure this for 30 seconds. So once that's cured, this is how it looks. Next, I'm going to go ahead and top coat all of the nails, and this is how it looks. I am using the Kupa top coat. This is one of my favorite top coats, and so I highly recommend. I actually bought it on eBay for like, I think $9. And this is how they look. Now I'm going to go ahead and cure this for 30 to 60 seconds. And this is how they look. Let me know what you guys think. It was a very easy and simple set, but yeah, it looks really, really good. And also, don't forget to add your cuticle oil to rehydrate your cuticles. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video, and let me know what you guys think.